Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, October 26th, 2022. Welcome to Mornings with the Manager. It's a brief meeting today because there are not a lot of items that I can share with you that I think are not already known to you. Let me start to look back. Last Saturday, here in front of Colton Hall, we hosted the first trunk or treat event as part of the celebration of the Halloween season. And we had a Halloween movie night. We had trunk or treat, and a lot of city departments made this happen. Of course, the Parks and Recreation Department was the operator, the brain of this operation, but we had departments such as traffic engineering, public works, streets, building maintenance, custodial, city clerk, parks department, police, and the fire department. Ensure that everything was safe and everything was working. We had trunks decorated by many departments, and out of those trunks, they gave out candy. There was the conference center that had a car there with a trunk. Parks was there, sports center, library, police, fire, finance, and also the planners in community development. They gave out pencils and erasers for the kids. Now they gave out also treats. So it was really a great event. We had probably over 1,000 attendees here. The number is a very good estimate. We estimated, or we know that about 750 folks went in and out of the bookmobile, and we assume that quite a few of them might not even had the time to go to the bookmobile. So we estimate about 1,000 folks. The Monterey Firefighters Association, which is basically the bargaining unit of the fire department, they organized the movie then in the night, which showed the movie Hocus Pocus. And I think it was all in all a great event, and we will repeat it next year. So look forward to that. Trunk or treat, a huge success, and will be a real event on our city-sponsored event, just because it appeared to be really being a very attractive event for many parents and their kids. Today, we just published the new police report for the month of September. I encourage you to go onto the Monterey Police Department's website, where you can find under reports all of our monthly reports as well as our annual reports. And I cannot overemphasize how complete those monthly reports are and how much insight they can provide to you, the residents, about what our police department is working on day after day, week after week. There is a feature in this monthly report that we have now as a permanent feature there month after month. It describes our interactions then with one particular homeless person, a Jane Doe or a John Doe. And what we try to accomplish with that, to share with you, our residents, what we are actually trying to do on the social side of things. Law enforcement is not just law enforcement anymore. A great deal of our police officers' work involves getting people help, and that's part of social street work. And we are trying to describe in this feature about John Doe and Jane Doe what our officers are doing. And these are success stories, and these are also not success stories, because even though there are sometimes happy endings, also once we have somebody in rehabilitation or in other living circumstances, i.e. not living on the street anymore, there's always the chance that someone again will become addictive again and falls back into their patterns that leads them to be homeless. So please read also the statistics. You will find out how many homeless encampments we have visited, how many homeless encampments we have abated, etc. So I know this is a great topic for the community to discuss. I read from time to time comments that the city receives or that are posted on social media about this topic. Again, the monthly report for September is out there, and like I shared before, take the time to read it and maybe go back even to other reports, because those stories that I just shared with you are fascinating. My thank and gratitude goes to the team of our multidisciplinary outreach team that predominantly works on those topics, including homelessness and getting homeless folks help. So again, they do an outstanding job there, and Monterey is very unique in the Tri-County area of having this program working. And you hear from time to time people saying they don't want law enforcement working, but they want other alternative solutions for that. Well, I can share with you that our system that we have is working, and I haven't seen yet alternative solutions in the Tri-County area that are working as efficiently and as effectively and as passionately as our MDOT team. So take a look at that. And of course, as always, if you have suggestions, ideas, concerns, critiques, please connect with me or with the chief of police, and we're happy to respond. Another part of police work is also to take back drugs, particularly expired prescription drugs, and you can return those drugs that are either prescription drugs or over-the-counter expired drugs to the police station this Saturday, October 29th, from 10 to 2 a.m. So please feel free to stop by police, and it is basically the national take back event of prescription drugs. Our police department is participating, and you can drop off their expired prescription and over-the-counter drugs. You cannot drop off liquids, including intravenous solutions, syringes, and sharps. We don't take those, and also we do not take illegal drugs. So that is that for that event. Today we have a city council study session. It will start at 4 p.m. The whole study session is dedicated to talk about climate action, climate change, and as part of that, we put together a rather comprehensive agenda report that shares with the council and with the public what the city has done over the past 2-3 decades with respect to various topics that are driving right now climate change. And it starts with regulating, managing the waste streams and recycling, etc., to fossil fuels, to solar, to other topics. And then we're trying to touch all of them. And I think the city of Monterey has an exceptional track record there. And it was part of our attempt today to highlight all that, knowing quite well that we are not, we're probably forgetting some of the things that the city had done over the years. So it ranges today, the presentation, from starting recycling in the 1990s to alternative fuels to sea level rise, which is part of the scope of work of our city as well, to already think ahead. How will our coastline look 20, 30 years from now, especially the area that of concern for us is the area adjacent to Wharf Number 2, Del Monte Beach, that stretch there of little less than half a mile to a mile. That's where we think we will have probably the greatest challenges 20, 30 years from now. So I suggest you may want to download the agenda report and take a look at it, or you might even tune in and listen to that. It will be the last study session for Mayor Clyde Robertson, and it's a very fitting match of that study session with our mayor. The mayor on numerous occasions is speaking about his concerns about the climate change and the policies we have to to make. And we know that climate change is very close and dear to his heart personally. It is always his in his top three. It's always climate change in there, if not the top priority for Mayor Clyde. Mayor Clyde will be out of office sometime early December when we are going to the council to certify the new election, and at that time a new mayor will be seated. And as you all know, we have two council members running for that vacant mayor seat. We expect again that this will be happening early December when the county clerk will certify the official election results. So again, study session today is about climate change. It's also our mayor's last study session, and it's a topic that is very close to his heart, and I hope a lot of people will tune in and listen to it, or maybe run it even on replay. Another item that is interesting that will affect a lot of our folks that live in areas such as Skyline Forest, Monte Vista, Fisherman's Flat, other areas that are living close basically to fire-prone areas such as forests. Commissioner Lara, the California Commissioner, Insurance Commissioner, has passed a new legislation that will require the insurance companies to give our residents discounts if they make efforts to mitigate the fire effect. So you will get discounts if you ensure that your lot is clean of debris and other items there. I encourage you to read the fine print there. It's I think a good piece of legislation that came out of Sacramento, and it will force the insurance companies to give you a better pricing if you do your part in order to prevent wildfires. So again, if you want more information, I just suggest you go on the internet, plug in Commissioner Lara, Lara, and wildfire and the word insurance, and it will pop up right away. We will also make sure that we'll have something like that in our weekly email if we haven't done it, or if we haven't done it already. Last but not least, we are very close to complete the vision for the waterfront parking lot. We went through a large-scale community outreach process around 2012, 13, 14, 15. We approved a new waterfront plan in 2015, I believe, and we have since then plugged away and improved that area. Another $3.2 million project will be awarded sometime soon at the next Tuesday at the council meeting. And that will be the phase 2 of the waterfront parking lot remodel. And so that project will streamline the traffic in and out of the parking lot. It will also have more storm drain features to ensure that less and less water gets drained from the lots into the bay. And it is part of creating realities based on specific plans that we put in front of you and the council quite a few years back. So again, waterfront parking lot phase 2, we hope to start construction sometime soon this year, probably in November, early December, and then the work should be completed by Memorial Day. Large-scale projects like that, we always try to schedule between Labor Day and Memorial Day, so that basically the roads are easier to navigate between Memorial and Labor Day when we actually have the larger tourism season here. That's it from my office. I thank all 5 of you who were listening to me today, and hope that the rest of you is doing fine. Again, my encouragement is go out and vote. Every vote counts. This council election is going on right now, as well as other elections in in the state. A lot of propositions are on the state ballot, and as well as some national seat, i.e. like the seat for Congress here. We have a new redesigned district here. So again, we have a drop box in front of the library that gets emptied quite frequently because it's the most visited drop box in the county of Monterey. And again, if you want to use that convenience, you can actually, I think, just drive up to the box next to the library here on Pacific Street, drop off your ballot, and you're done. And basically then, with all the mail-in votes at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock or so, between that time frame, the county election office will publish the first count of the votes, and you can be sure that your votes will be counted at that time and will be already published. So that's it from the city manager's office. I thank you all for being a resident for the city of Monterey, for making our jobs so interesting, sometimes challenging, but most of the time rewarding, because I always feel we are pulling all at the same end of the rope. If you haven't done it, the City Focus was published last week, Friday. Take a look at that. There's a lot of great information in it as well. And with that, I wish you a good upcoming season of so many different events that are too hard to count. So I'll see you sometime in 2 or 3 weeks in November prior to Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.